Hello everybody and welcome back to My Hero Academia. This is season 2 episode 12. We're almost halfway through the season. After halfway through this episode, after this episode we'll have done 12. So halfway through episode 13 we'll be halfway through the season, which is crazy. It seems to have gone like that. It's insane. I'm friggin' loving this show, to be honest. It is amazing. It's so much fun. We get to see so many awesome character interactions. Last episode we had loads of amazing scenes that we're going to go talk about in great detail now. We'll start with the aftermath of Izuku and Todoroki's fight. We saw Izuku laid up. Basically, he got beaten the fuck up. Which is unsurprising, really, because, you know, he put everything into a quirk he's only had for a few months, whereas Todoroki's been training this quirk and has been forced to train by an absolute dickhead named as Endeavor his whole life. And so, of course, Todoroki was going to win. But I think it's really, really, really cool to see how the different dynamics of Aftermath worked. We saw, Izuku surrounded by people who love him, surrounded by, you know, his friends and his family. Even Recovery Girl was like, yo, All Might, a word, bitch. He was like, yes, ma'am. But she was like, listen, he has to find a way to use his power without hurting himself, because he can't continue to do that. And I totally agree. There has to be a way. Can he not, turn it down? He's using 100% all the time. Can he not, do, I don't know, 12%? Is that not a thing? Can we not do that? Because I feel like otherwise he's just going to continue to just fuck himself up repeatedly, and it's not going to be good for him. I'm going to have to put my glasses on, guys. I don't like it usually because it reflects the camera light, but my eyes are hurting today. And that's what these are for, reflecting light, which is why they reflect so well. But no, for me it's like, I agree with her. Is there no way that his power can be used better? So that we can see what's happening, and we can see him using his powers. And he's like, yeah, he might not be as strong, but at least he'll be able to fight with it, and actually probably more useful in a prolonged fight than if he wasn't. If he was using just one punch. Because sometimes, as we saw with Nobu back in season 1, was it Nobu or was it Nomu? Nemo, fuck it. As we saw with Brain Chicken Guy back in season 1, I think it was Nobu. I think Nobu was the guy in Daredevil. I don't know. He punched him and he did nothing. So sometimes brute strength isn't. You need tactics. You need tactical. And while Izuku's very good at that, his power doesn't really allow him to do that. So I think having a mixture of the two would work a lot better. So hopefully they'll be able to find a way to make that happen. And then looking at the other side of the spectrum, you had Todoroki, who was coming off the fight. His father, Kunsicle 2000. I don't like using that word, but you know what? It really fits him. In fact, you know what? It doesn't really fit him. There's not a word to describe that man. But whatever. I could get into the psychological impacts of that all day, but we're not going to. I won't put you through that. But you saw the aftermath with Todoroki, and he was basically like, I'm not you. I don't need to be like you. But he wasn't. He didn't have anyone else around him because he'd been sort of isolated his whole life. And I think that really, as someone who is in real life very isolated as a person, I think thanks to anxiety mainly, I think that is very much a thing I can relate to. I can look at him and be like, yeah, I can see why you're doing this and why you're not enjoying this, or why you're not liking this bit or that bit. And it really helps me, at least, to understand Todoroki's point of view like that. So I see it like that. What I don't understand, and something I would have definitely done, was totally and utterly wiped Endeavor off the board, but I don't want anything to do with you. But he's younger than me, so I suppose he's only 15. So I get it, you need your father, you need your parents at that age, even if they are fucking monsters who treat you like a weapon rather than a fucking human being. But then again, his track record is Endeavor's track record, so that's that. I think what's interesting also for me was seeing the Tenya Kacham fight and how that reflected at the very end, but we'll come to that in a second. We saw Tenya take on Kachan, which was really cool. He got like a really I don't know if he lasted as long as Uraraka did. Like Uraraka like made Kachan work for that shit. Whereas oh sorry, no, it wasn't Tenya v. Sorry, I got that wrong. It was Tenya v. Todoroki. I don't know where my mind went, but still, Tenya definitely didn't pull up as much of a fight as Izuku did. That's what I was trying to compare it to. My mind blew. But we did see an incredible amount of tactical work from Tenya, like him running. He thought he could get him, and then he froze his exhausts in his legs. I know that's probably not the right term, so fuck off. But he throws them, and that was such a power play, because once you take away that, what's Tenya got? You know, that's his power, to have a power that's so easy to shut off with a power of that kind. It really shows the variety, and it sort of harkens back to Season 1 as like the very beginning of Season 1, where they're like, my power wouldn't really be able to help in this situation, so I'm going to help the people, and I really like that. For me, that's really cool. I'm like, yes, that's pretty cool, because some powers don't work against other powers. You guys know this, but I think it's really cool that they continue to reflect that and they continue to show that. So like the Todoroki Tenya matchup was nowhere near good. If it had been Kachan Tenya, I could have seen Tenya taking it, because he has the speed to outmove Kachan, and that's one of Kachan's biggest uses. Like yes, he can like blast people, he can dodge people and stuff, but he relies on reflexes, and if someone is incredibly fast, that's going to really fuck his reflexes up. So, sorry, I keep stopping in the middle of sentences to drink. It's getting cold. So I think it's really interesting that we get to see that sort of dynamic of different characters facing off with characters who their powers don't work with. On the other side, it was kind of cool to see Kirishima hold his own against Kachan, and he's like blasting him, and Kirishima's like, ah! But then eventually Kachan was just like, I just need to overpower you, and Kirishima was like, ah! He just got blown the fuck away. But he did land a hit on Kachan, which was something Uraraka could not achieve. Although there was a different purpose to both of those fights. Like Kachan didn't mind getting up close in for that fight. If he'd even got a teensy tiny touch, that was it. He was done. He was blasting out of there like Team Rocket. There was no way he was coming back. Which, actually thinking about it, is a really powerful ability. If you really consider what Uraraka can do, like legitimately, that just being able to go like that, beep, and woof, they're gone, is legitimately one of probably the most powerful powers. I never really saw it like that until that fight where I was like, she just needs to touch him and it'll just float away. I was like, this opens up a whole new world. She's definitely gotten stronger, am I right? She seems to have gotten stronger anyway from what happened in like Season 1, where she was like, she was like, and she then threw up rainbows, as you do, you know. It's not even part of the LGBT community. Get your own thing. No, I'm joking. But I think it was really interesting to sort of see that. And then, of course, we had Ida's brother. And Ida's brother's running through the streets after who he refers to as Hero Killer, I believe. And that thing fucking killed him. Like, I forget, because this show's so, like, it gets pretty childish at times, and I forget how dark it can get, like, with Hero Killer, and with, you know, fucking, all the blood coming out of the blade, and then thinking back to the fight with Nomu? Was it Nomu? It might be Nomu. Like, when he was, like, slamming Aizawa's face, like, Aizawa's still fucked up from that. He was, like, Aizawa's all blood coming down his face and everything. That was gross. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy to see that kind of evolution of how it goes from silly and funny at 1 minute to, it's just like the real world, I suppose, and it's a perfect reflection of the real world, and I have to really give it that. But anyway, Ida's brother got fucked up. He was super dead, and I loved the bit. We've never really heard about Ida's mom before, and I loved how she rang him, and she was like, she very softly sort of explained, but she was very direct about it. I kind of get that with their family. They're very direct people, and they get to the point. But poor Ida, man, he's going to be really struggling with this. I'm kind of glad he didn't go through, because his mind would not have been in it for this fight, you know? He probably would have had to pull out, to be honest, so... Oh man, it's going to be like a real emotional journey for Ida, but I'm very excited, and I hope you guys are too. FYI, If my channel magically vanishes this week, it's because of an EU law called Article 13. You can look in the comments below to try to stop it. It's going to wipe out nearly all of YouTube. So get ready, because the EU ruining everything. Brexit, no, I don't support that. But still, fuck you, Article 13. You can check that out in the comments below, sign the petition to try and stop it. I think it's like at 4 million signatures, almost 5 million signatures. So come on, let's try and stop it. But anyway, enough of the downer, because I really want to continue this series. I might continue on Patreon. Fuck YouTube. But this is My Hero Academia. You can watch next week's reaction on YouTube right now. But let us go, my friends, when this loads. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Midoriya. Huh?
Haha!
He said the same thing. That fool. Instead of trying to win the match himself, he focused on breaking my walls. You guys were childhood friends, right?
What does he have to do with any of this? It's all between you and me now. Focus on the match. That's the only thing I give a damn about. Whatever your family problems are, whatever you're feeling, none of that crap matters. Just make sure you don't hold back. Use your flames on me. I want everyone to know I beat you at your best.
There's Todoroki, and so maybe Bakugo versus Todoroki. Holy fuck, here we go. That was swear.
What the terrifying sound? It's gotta be Bakugo.
Yeah, that would be Bakugo. Here he comes. Uh-oh.
He used his explosions to tunnel through the ice.
Of course he did. What do you guys think he was doing?
You are insane. You've got some pretty powerful attacks, but you're a bad aim.
Oh.
Try harder.
Come on, Todoroki. I want Todoroki to win, I'll be honest, guys. Uh-oh.
Use your left side. Do it, Shoto.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that.
He lost his spark after the match with Midoriya.
Stop mentioning Midoriya, seriously.
Bastard! I'll tell you what'll happen if you make a fool out of me! I'll kill you! I don't want there to be any doubt that I'm the best student at the festival! That's only possible if you come at me as hard as you can! Come on, Todoroki! Don't give up! Do your best!
Come on!
Midoriya.
That stupid nerd.
Yeah, you smiled at him though. Sorry. Yes, boy! That's my boy!
That's it!
Oh no.
Howitzer!
He held back.
Hey! You stop messing around! This isn't a real win for me unless you try harder! It can't end this way! Now get up! Don't.
Holy shit, is that Midnight's power? Yeah. Oh, that's why she wears all of that stuff. That's not gonna go down well. Uh-oh. Well, there was some, like, real fucking emotion from Kachan there. I was impressed.
What the heck?
What is happening?
He's been going nuts ever since he woke up. Pull yourself together.
He's acting like a feral animal.
Yes, he is. He's really not, guys. He's super dead. They call him Hero Killer for a reason. He's not like Hero Wounder.
Let's break out the hardware. Of course, there's only one person worthy of distributing the award.
Oh my. Huh?
Ruined that, didn't I?
It was. I
Ah,
have a lot to think
the
about.
path is as clear as you wish it to be.
And I still need to settle things with someone very soon.
Go kill him.
Seen
Sorry.
this sort of look on your face before. I won't ask for details, but trust yourself. I'm sure you'll work things out.
Oh, this should be good. I can't wait for the next one.
Look at that face!
Yeah.
In a world where we're constantly being compared to one another, there are very few who can keep their eyes focused on the top spot. You're one of them.
It's not working.
Please accept this medal, even if you have to think of it as a scar, something you'll never forget.
I don't want that piece of garbage!
Come on now.
Get that trash off me, you idiot!
It's basically the same. It's basically the same.
There's so much we need to talk about. Hello, Mom. I'll rescue her from this place, no matter what.
Aww.
Back on track.
He's such a good person.
It's what I have to do.
One for all, and make it my own.
Damn right.
And then, maybe I'll finally be able to say it. I am here.
So, do you want to watch the festival recording? It's in HD.
Oh
How
yeah.
about I watch it by myself later?
Don't be so rude to your mother.
Stupid weakling mouth germs!
Oh my god. No, I don't want to speak to you. I want to meet Kazuki's mom now. Legitimately, that sounds awesome. Die, stupid mouth germs. He's a lot of rage, that kid. A lot of rage. Okay, we have a lot to unpack. Let's discuss all of that because it was amazing. I adore so much the whole idea of just seeing all these sort of characters, like their sort of home lives and stuff. I love that. So for me, that was really cool to see at the end. But the Todoroki Bakugo fight was legit, and I really appreciate why Todoroki didn't use his power, because sometimes when you're not sure of who you are, you don't want to stretch that person until you know who you are, which sounds ridiculous in to say, but it's very true. Like, you need to be comfortable with who you are before you can show the full extent of who you are, and that's a very metaphorical thing, but in this case it's very much true. I think what we're going to see moving forward is more Todoroki and his mum interaction. I hope we see that anyway, because there's something so beautiful about their dynamic. Despite what she did, she suffered a mental breakdown, and she did something which I'm sure if she is compos mentis, she will regret every day. From the look of her, I'm going to say she might not be, but you don't really know, because she didn't really respond when she just sort of looked at him. So I'm not sure if she's all TikTok up there, but yeah, it's kind of crazy to see. I super thought Tenya's brother was dead, so to see him alive, I think he's probably dead now. Is he dead? I'm not one of those guys. Is he dead now? Are we there yet? Is he dead now? Is he dead now? Like, the dude's called Hero Killer. If you're gonna introduce him, have him kill someone. You know? It was pretty fucking dark, to be honest. I don't know. Like, his mum was like collapsing in the doorway, and everyone was like wearing the masks that they wear in hospitals in Japan, which, FYI, is really fucking sanitary, and I don't know why we don't do it in our country and other countries, because it really is sanitary. It's a really good thing to do. But besides sanitation, I think what really impressed me about this episode in particular was the way it handled. We started to see it handling the outside world, like their home lives and shit. Like, I want to watch a full episode with their home lives. I want to see how that works. Also, Katsuki's house is fucking massive. Like, it's huge. Okay. I also appreciate that everyone like lives with their parents, and Uraraki's just like on her own. She's like living on her own. She's like independent woman. Yeah. I like that. But I really enjoyed seeing their home lives and everything, and the fight itself was pretty cool. We got a cool Kachan spinning tornado of death. Die! He just wants everything to die, but I guess it's in the same vein as well. I don't know, actually. He might physically want everything to die, knowing Kachan as we do. But in the same vein that Kirishima says everything is manly, it's their way of expressing themselves rather than their way of saying it. You know, it's a weird thing to explain. It's their way of, like, they don't want to. He doesn't want you to actually die. He just wants to beat you into a pulp. You know, it's like when Kirishima calls something manly. It's not because, oh yes, manly man. It's just how he says that's cool, and it's something I've had to learn as well. Because I'm like, when I first heard him say that, I was like, excuse me? So it's, for an outsider looking into the show, it's kind of cool to see that grow and shift. And I really appreciate how the writers show that. It was nice to see some emotion from Katsuki when Todoroki was down. He was like, why won't you get up? I need to prove it. And there was a hint of emotion in his voice that apart from the never-ending rage, but there was a hint of actual desperation and emotion in his voice for once, and I really loved that. I loved seeing that side of him, because it's a side we don't see enough of Kachan, and I feel like if we were to say, how do you see Kachan? Everyone would be like, ah! But there's that hint, that tiny hint, and we saw it first in the episode where he was like talking about Todoroki. He's like, I don't think I can beat him, and like he was like getting so frustrated with himself that he got emotional. And I think that we need to see that more to appreciate how Kachan is still a child. He's still growing. You have to realize, like, he will grow up eventually, and he will be someone different to who he is now. I was a shit when I was a kid. If I knew me when I was a kid now, I'd have decked me. I would be like, boom. Not like that, though. I don't ever punch like that. That was the worst punch ever. I'd be like, boom. That's better. I'm so thin these days. I used to weight train, and now I just swim, and you can tell. No, but beside that, it's really interesting for me to see that side of Kachan, and I want more of that. So hopefully in the future we will get more of that. I don't know. I really want Kachan and Deku to stop fighting and become friends, but I feel like it's going to be a long fucking wait. You know? Legitimately I do. I feel like it's going to be a real long fucking wait. I just hope one day it can happen. Yeah. So this has been My Hero Academia. I really enjoyed the episode. Oh, we also get to see what Midnight's power was. It's some kind of like sleep toxin from like, does it come out of her pores or something like that? That's a pretty cool power. I imagine like it's a one-time thing, so it comes out and then it's like she has to like, I don't know, maybe does she release it herself? Can she release it from any part of her body? What is that? What is that power? But I'm sure we'll learn as we go on. Because as I've been saying, the world gradually gets bigger, and it's one of my favorite things about this show, and it's one of my favorite. It's like, I play a lot of D&D. No, Alex, do you? I didn't realize that with all these dice. And the thing I love about it most is not like the fire and spells and shit. No, I love the world building and the creating and the kind of, you can make all these characters and bring them to life slowly because you have such a long period of time to do it. And that's what this show does so well. It started off with Izuku. It was focused on Izuku, and it's grown out from him. And I think if you want to do a character, if you want to make a world like that, that's how you have to do. You have to start with your core characters and then grow. And I know a lot of people are like, yeah, but that's what a lot of shows do. It's really not. If you watch a lot of shows, you'll see them introducing all these recurring characters at the very beginning. And while that's good in the first, like, 10 episodes, yeah, sure, you don't want to spend too much time on their story, because if you do, you'll lose focus on the main characters and you won't grow enough of an emotional bond to connect with them before growing out. I really wanted to be a director when I was younger. Can you tell? Thank you for watching. I love you all. I have been Torchwood, you've been awesome, and this has been My Hero Academia. I'm assuming this episode is called something like Todoroki v Bakugo, or Bakugo v Todoroki, or something like that. I do not know. I also get to do accents in D&D, so it's very good. Slightly racist. Thank you for watching. I love you all. You can't pinpoint what accent is, so you can't get me done for racism. Thank you. I love you loads, and I will see you next week, hopefully, if Article 13 doesn't destroy YouTube, for the next reaction.